Welcome to yet another tutorial from my end, and today we are going to do a tutorial on free AI traffic, but this is a little different. You must have seen my previous tutorials where I have shown how to insert free AI traffic into your flight simulator, whether it is Prepare 3D or FSX or Flight Simulator 2004. Today I'm going to show you the updated version of the same tool. This tool is called AIG Manager, and they have updated this tool especially for the Prepare 3D V4 version people who have shown a lot of concerns about the models which are not compatible enough. Some were facing problems with the textures, missing textures or black textures, and lot of issues which were actually related to the textures and the model part. So they have updated this tool altogether, and they have brought this tool for especially for the Prepare 3D V4 guys. And but hey, if you're using FSX, this tool will work absolutely fine for you. The only thing which will not work for you is the one-click installer or the OCI, which they call it. The AI manager, what they call is the OCI. It only works for Prepare 3D V4 now. And if you can see my screen, I have already opened my Alpha India website, and I'll put this link into the description, and you can download this AI manager directly from here. They have recently updated this version. This is right now into the beta. I hope they will come back with the OCI version for FSX as well, but for now it is just for the Prepare 3D V4 version. And I'll put this link into the description. They have come up with the latest version, which is 0.9.2.8. they have made some bug fixes. All this information is given here. You can go through it if you want to. Our concern is to get straight into the installer. So you need to do is you need to go here, download here, and click this link. Once you click this link, I'll show you. So once you click this link, you will have the installer getting downloaded directly from the Alpha India group. And I'll tell you one thing, guys. To download this manager, you do not need to actually log into their account. It can be downloaded directly through this link. It will open this page, and you can directly download this installer from here. You have this zip. Once you have this zip, extract the zip contents. I have already done so, so I'm not going to go into where it needs to be extracted, but I'll show you the process of extraction as well. So you need to do is you need to click on show in folder, and most of the time it goes into the downloads folder, and from here you need to, if you have 7-zip, you can extract it here, or you can extract it whatever tool you have, the extraction tool that you have. You can use that tool and you can extract it. Mine is extracted in C drive, and here it is extracted here. So I have put AI Manager 9.2.8 into my C drive. The main thing to put this AI Manager into the C drive is that I have a lot of space into my C drive. If you're having space into your different drives, you're free to install wherever you want it to. Once you unzip those content, you will get all these files. You will get from the installer. You can go into the manual, look at the manual. You will get step by step of everything what this AI manager tool does. You have also get a tutorial for OCI. So how you need to install this tool. Once you install this, what steps you need to do, and what exactly steps you need to follow. So if you are a newbie to AI manager, or if you are new to this traffic tool called AIG Manager, it is always, I recommend that you go into this tutorial OCI, and it is very easy to understand what exactly they want us to tell. And I'll just zoom into this. So this installer will give you everything and each and every aspects of your manager. So if you click on tutorial, it will tell you everything that is related to your setup. So here it is, setting up the AI manager. What you need to do, is you need to follow these steps and you are good to go. If you're watching this video, obviously I'll show you what steps you need to take. So you need to do is you need to I'll just close this. I already opened this. So what you need to do is you need to, every time, always a best practice, run it as administrator. So it is always a best practice to run this AI manager in administrator privileges. So this will not create any problems or application crashes or anything like that. This is the interface of your new AI manager from Alpha India Group. So we'll wait till this AI manager does its things. So I already had the previous version from them, which is 9.2.7. Today itself, before doing this video, I just upgraded this version to 9.2.8. and so 9.2.7 I created a flight plan from AirAsia India for myself, and so that is why it is not actually showing you the first screen where you need to select the flight path or the simulator path. So I'll tell you where it is exactly. Once you start this interface, first thing you will get is you will get this screen. You need to select your simulator version, and for me it is P3D V4, as I already told you before. For you, if it is FSX, select FSX. If you have a FSX second edition, select it. P3D 1, 2, 3, 4 all are supported. So once you select your version, what you need to do is you need to tell the AI manager where is your exe file, and for me it is in the default path, which is C program files, Lockheed Martin and P3D V4. If you have FSX, this will be your FSX directory. So for example, if you're using FSX, I guess it should be C program files, Microsoft games, and then FSX. So once you have this, just click on this, select, go to the folder, select your exe file from here, and it will be here. The second step you need to do is you need to click on this one, flight plan updates. So the latest flight plans that are available on the AIG website is the 2018 one, which they called it as the oldest season. So they have not updated the 2019 what you say, the winters for India, and maybe it is fall for the United States. But the oldest season that you need to select here has to be 2018, which is default. Now for your case it should be summer, and we all know that you have to select the later one, which is the winter. So I have selected the winter for the season. You can keep summer if you want it, to be summer 2018 as the oldest season. Second thing, this will be default checked for you, check on startup, which means that it will check the updates, for the flight plans, and it will frequently keep the updates into the system whenever you start this AI manager. Second thing you need to do is you need to have your AIG login credentials here. Now there is another option. You need not need to log in from here. It is always better that you go into the fourth part, which I'm going to explain in couple of seconds. I'll show you the default things you need to do. Now OCI ready in the sense, as I told you earlier, that the latest version of AI manager comes with one-click installer, and this one-click installer will work only for the Prepare 3D V4 people and not for the FSX people. So if you have Prepare 3D V4, click on this so that the flight plan sources, or from wherever you're downloading the flight plan, it will check only those flight plans which are OCI ready. So I'm not going to check this option right now, even though I'm using Prepare 3D V4, because I'm showing this tutorial for people who are using Prepare 3D as well as FSX. So I'm not going to check this option, because FSX you will not have the OCI version, you will have to install manually. So I'm going to show you the quick tutorial on how to install, or how to unzip this AI manager, and then go into all the systems that are required to get you started. Right, next step, flight plan sources which are not OCI ready. It has to come from either AIG files, or it has to come from ACFP forum. I really don't know what ACFP or whatever it is. Maybe it is the flight plans which are coming from some other forum which gives you the flight plans. If you are aware of what ACFP is, just click on it. I trust only the AIG file, so I'll not go with the ACFP forum, but if you're aware with it, go for it. Once you do that, in this section where you have flight plan sources, you have AIG, you have the pre-2018 OCIFPs which are prior to the 2018 flight plans, and this can come from all these developers. So check each and every developer that you trust. So if you are familiar with AIG, or if you are familiar with people who have created the flight plans, you should check their checkboxes. For me, I know most of them, because AIG files come from these developers itself. Most of the time it comes from JCAI, but I trust others as well. So I'll keep everything checked. Once I do that, the second thing you need to do is you need to click on flight plans. Now what exactly is this compiler? So compiler is exactly the traffic, or how much traffic do you want to see at what condition. So this is the condition which has been put by the AIG manager. Minimum activity at 1%. So it will start showing you the traffic whenever it is at 1%. So if your P3D or if your FSX, if you go into your settings of FSX or P3D, and if you go into your global traffic section, and if you adjust the slider, so your slider, even if your slider is at 2% or 3%, traffic will start showing, but it will be at a minimum quantity. Maximum activity at 1%, which means that even if you have selected 1% or 2%, it will start showing you the maximum amount of traffic into the simulator. So for me, what I'll do is I'll keep this to say 60%. So when my slider will go to 60% and above, only then the you know, my airport should be crowded with the maximum amount of traffic. So this is about the compiler. Next thing you need to do is you need to click on cookies. Now what exactly is cookies? So it is not about those web browser cookies. This is something which is related to your login credentials. These are the three options from where your models and your flight plan will come. So basically what you need to do is you need to log in to all three accounts of yours from here. So if you have Alpha India Group's forum credentials, login, click on login. It will open a screen. It will open a screen in Internet Explorer, which I do not actually like about it, but it is how the developers have built it. So once you have that, it will open your Alpha India Group forum kind of window where you need to, you know, put in your credentials actually, and then once you have those credentials, you can directly click close that window. Once you log into that window, close that window, which means you have to close it here, close it and wait for a couple of seconds. Here this message, which will call log out, will turn into logged in. So once this has turned into logged in, which means that you do not need to go in again and again and again into login whenever you start this AIG manager. It will log in automatically. It will remember your credentials as it is. Same thing you need to do for AVSIM. Same thing you need to do for the flight sim. So if you have accounts on AVSIM as well as flight sim, click login, go into the window. So for me, I have two accounts, one on the Alpha India Group and second one is on the AVSIM. So both are logged in. I do not have account on flight sim, but I'll show you for your reference. I'll show you how the window looks. So when I click on login, it will pop up a message saying please log into flightsim.com using the next window. Click on OK. This is the window which I'm talking about. So this window is based on I don't know if it is based on the Internet Explorer platform or it is something else, because sometimes I tend to get those JavaScript error messages in this window for some reason. We talk about the devil and here comes the devil. So script error comes out, and this comes you know, whenever I start logging into AVSIM or flight sim account, and I had to click on yes every time. So AVSIM for flight sim, it just asked me once. For AVSIM, it continuously asks me for 4 to 5 times. So do not worry on that. Click on yes and it will immediately take you to this window. Put in your username, put in your password, click on login. Once you are login, this window will change into your login screen, and you will have this account information here. Your username will be given here, and it will have a small button saying logout. Once you see that, close this window. Close this window, wait for a couple of seconds. This will turn into this logged in. So logged out option will turn into logged in. So once that is done, we move on to the next option, which is the OCI P3D V4 only. This part is only for people who are using P3D V4, the 64-bit version of P3D. So for me, I'm using the P3D V4, and I actually gave a path to AIG Manager where my OCI or where my you know, the sim objects, I do not want AIG to put in those models or those aircraft which are coming from the other sources directly into my prepare 3D sim objects folder. So what I have done is I have created a path, and I'll show you that path as well. So if I go into my documents, you see this, I have prepare 3D V4 add-ons folder, and in that, this is the path. So this is the path for my AIG manager, and here you will see all the stuff that is related to our AI traffic. Most of the time it is the SIM objects, sound files, traffic files, and the texture files which are most important to us. And this will be created automatically. This folder will be created automatically into the folder which you choose to be, and not necessarily it has to go into the Prepare3D V4 add-ons folder. It can be anywhere on your system. It can be in your D drive, it can be in your E drive. Now whichever drive you feel is okay for you to store in those models coming from the other sources or coming from the AIG sources, you can always give that path. Once that is done, move on to the next one. Most of the time, if you have the payware versions, you can always select the next option, which I am going to show you. I do not have any payware aircraft with me apart from the PMDGs and the Aerosoft ones, which I do not want AIG Manager to use their textures. So what I'll do is I'll just click on this option, the checkbox here. I'll just check it so that I use, or the AIG Manager rather, use only the freeware models which are available and only the freeware textures which are available on any source, on AIG or other JCAI websites, Sky Colors, any website which is giving me the freeware models. So I'll keep this checked. Second thing, the next thing is the image tool settings. Now image tool comes, as you know, when you have the installer for Prepare3D, it will also give you a SDK file, or the image tool, or the texture editor tool which comes with Prepare3D V4. And you need to actually, now in this section you will have to give this tool that image tool where it is stored. For me, it is in the default folder, which is in the program files, Lockheed Martin Prepare3D V4 SDK, and this is the exe file you need to select. So I'll just show you how I selected that. So click on select image tool. Here is my path, Lockheed Martin. This is my SDK, and here you need to select, click on image tool and click on open. Right, for me I have already selected it, so I'm not going to go into this. Once you have done that, do not touch all these options. Only touch them when you need to verify or need to update any SIM objects. So for example, if you have downloaded and installed a different scenery, an airport, and whenever you install a new airport, whenever you install a new scenery into your simulator, if for any chance AIG Manager does a wonderful job of checking it every time you start AIG Manager, so it will update it as per the requirement every time this tool is started. For some reason, if it does not start, come here, click on verify and update SIM objects, and these SIM objects are not only the sceneries, but these are also your aircrafts, and these are your aircrafts which are stored on the in this directory. So these are basically your AI traffic. So AI traffic, you need to some aircraft if you have installed manually and not recognized by this tool, click verify update SIM objects. It will verify that directory, verify this directory, verify all the objects which are available in that directory, and if there is any texture which are newer, if any textures which are updated, it will update it accordingly into this. Once you have this, I'll show you this option as well, the payware option. The payware option is something, this kind of a thing which is shown. So some of the payware options, some of the payware aircraft were available free to download from websites like FAIB, and they offer some of the payware aircraft like the TFS ones, or the the FSPX AI ones. So these are some of the paywalls which are available freely for you, and those will be shown here, and we can use those if it is available. So once this is done, you need to do is you need to just save and close. Once you have saved and closed, this window should pop up, this window should open up. And the next thing you need to do is you need to go into the second option, the online option. Click once, check online, and as you see here, you will find that it has started collecting some data, and once it is done, it will show you done collecting. What basically it does is it actually collects flight plans or updated flight plans which are available online. And once you've done that, click on available online, and here are all the flight plans which are available to you. With some of them will be the latest, some of them will be the older one. As you know, we have selected flight plans which are 2018 winter, and then we selected summer, so those are there. And these are the flight plans which currently are not installed on our system. So these will be your flight plans which are not there on your system. Any flight plans which are available to you and which are not installed on your systems will be shown here. You can multi-select those flight plans. If you have P3D V4, there is a wonderful option of multi-selecting the flight plans, and then you have the OCI bulk. OCI bulk will actually install all the flight plans which you have selected, so it is called an OCI bulk. For FSX people, this multi-selection may not be available to you. OCI bulk may not be available to you because these are for the P3D V4 version only. Next tab is the updates tab, and the flight plans which are updated. For example, if we have something which is, say for this if we are taking Africa's connection ST, this developer is AIG, and this is the 2019 summer plan. And if there are any updates which are available for this plan, this should come here. So all the updates which are available for a certain plan, for example, if we are taking African Express Airways 2017 is the older, or this is the version of flight plan which is available currently. If for certain period of time, if AIG have updated their database with the latest version, say the 2019 summer or 2019 winter, and this is available, it will always be shown here. So currently this is the option that we have. Now I'll show you one flight plan, like how it exactly looks. So the second part of this tutorial will follow, and where I'm going to show you the step-by-step procedure of how to get this downloaded, as well as how to install this with OCI or the one-click installer option. For FSX people, I'm going to do the second part of that tutorial, where I'm going to show you how to manually install this flight plan, but using this tool, right? So now quickly what we'll do is we'll check one of the flight plans that is available here. So let's go for say for example, I'll look for something called I love Air Canada, so I'll go for Air Canada and double click on Air Canada. Once you double click on this flight plan, this window should pop up, and this window should not only pop up, but this window will show you the inbuilt map. Now if you guys have seen my previous video on the free AI traffic, I showed you how how to go into the Alpha India website, and then go into each and every flight plan, and then you have to scroll down and select that flight plan. Then you would be able to see the map available for each and every aircraft, or each and every aircraft that is using it. So for example, if say the Airbus 320 of Air Canada flies from Toronto, Ontario, Canada to say mainland in the United States, say JFK, and then that would be shown in a different map. 737's different map, 787 different map, the Airbus 350 AXB in different map. But now what they have done is they have made it into a consolidated window. So they have given a very simple form of this flight plan. You need to do is you need to click on install using OCI for P3D V4, install manual for FSX, right? So guys, we'll take it from here into our next tutorial, where I'm going to show you one of the flight plans. We'll take one of the flight plans from AIG Manager, and we'll install it using the OCI version for Prepare 3D V4 people. And then I'm going to do a second round of tutorial based on the same logics for the FSS version, where we are going to install that flight plan using the manual technique. So guys, that's it from my side till here. If you have any questions, if you have any queries related to this tutorial, or related to this the installation part, or anything that I have been missing, let me know into the comment, and I'll be quick enough to address those comments on the spot. So till the next video, this is Captain Sam Simmer saying adios, goodbye.